So listen, I couldn't even wait to go live. I heard this statement and thought, yeah, I got to have a conversation about that. And I couldn't even wait till tomorrow because I might forget some things. So while I'm waiting for some people to join, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite some people to come on in. And when you come in, if you don't mind, say hello, do some inviting, do the little swipe, share. That's what I meant to say. Share, say hi so that I know that there are other people on. But let me just invite a few people so we can have this conversation. I mean, yeah, I want to have this conversation tonight. So invite some people. Let me know that you're joining. I'm just inviting some people. Give me a second. I promise I'm going to be back with you very, 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 very shortly. We're going to talk about this. Treat her how you meet her. This gonna be good, y'all. I promise it's gonna be good. This gonna be good. This gonna be good. Gonna bless your life. It's gonna change your life. Let's see. Let's talk about it a little bit. So I want men. I want women. Everybody, come on, jump on, invite, swipe, like. Hey, Carletta, how are you? Hope everybody had a great day. Come on, jump on. So I'm inviting some people. Hey, Talisha, what's up? I'm inviting some people. I want y'all to invite some people. We're going to talk about this thing tonight. I ain't even want to wait till tomorrow. So listen, earlier I was kind of scrolling through social media and I saw this post where the young lady said, treat her like you meet her. And so in essence, hey, Michelle, baby, in essence, what she was saying was that whenever a man comes into your life, ladies, and we're talking to men too, when you come into a lady's life, wherever you find her, that's how you're supposed to treat her. So in other words, if she's already living good, if she's driving good, or she's, you know what I mean? She's managing her life, she's doing everything that she's supposed to do, then you're supposed to at least help her or maintain that level or take her to the next level, right? But what happens a lot of times is that people jump into situations or men jump into situations with women that they're not ready to handle, right? And then the worst part about it is they know she drive nice, she live nice, she might drive luxury or she might wear luxury labels and you know what I'm saying? Or it might not even be a luxury label. She's just taking really good care of herself. And instead of being honest and saying, listen, I'm not going to be able to meet you there, or listen, I'm not going to be able to um, maintain or help you with the lifestyle that you presently have, they try to pull you back down, right? Is that fair? You know what I mean? Are we supposed to be like, okay, I'm up here on the penthouse, but because you're not able to sustain me on my penthouse level, then I'm going to come back down to the third floor? I mean, is that what we do now? Or is it that we have to come to a place where, as adults especially, that we got to be honest? Treat her where you meet her. Now, you know that means that it also works on the flip side, that if you ain't got nothing going on, he may possibly treat you like you ain't got nothing going on. But this particular statement was meant for when men come into women's lives, especially when they're independent, they're working really hard. They're taking care of their children. Women who are maintaining, they holding down their households. Women who just, you know what I'm saying? They just doing their thing, right? And when you come in, you're supposed to help her do her thing. Or, you know what I'm saying? If she's used to a certain type of lifestyle, then that's what you're going to have to provide. And if you're not able to provide that lifestyle, then perhaps you need to reconsider your ability to maintain this dynamic. Do y'all agree with that? Or am I off? Am I off? I mean, because, I've been there a time or two in my life where I've met somebody, and not saying that I had it going on or anything like that, but I knew that I was managing my life. I knew that I was being independent and I was taking care of me and I was taking care of my kid. And for what it was worth, by myself, I was holding it down. And some of that may be my fault too, but I allowed them to come in and they weren't able to hold down life the way I was able to hold down life, right? And instead of expecting them to come up, I kind of allowed myself to go down to what made them feel comfortable. But guess what? Then I was feeling uncomfortable. Then I'm all miserable because I don't like this. You know what I mean? I've grown to another level. I've worked to get to another level. I mean, like, are there any other women out here who've had that same experience, right? That you on another level, you working hard, you meet somebody and he giving you all these promises, I'm gonna come in, I'm about to take care of you, I'm about to do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, selling you all these dreams. And then he offers nothing? Listen, I'm too old to get excited about a pair of sneakers. I'm too old to get excited about some clothes. I'm too old to get excited. Baby, no. And the reality is this. I'm also not looking for the come up, right? But again, we have to learn, especially with women, that we have to set an expectation that people will treat us kind of like dating down. That's exactly right. Hey, Karen, what's up? I mean, we have to. So let's start with us as women, that when we allow people to come into our lives, hey, Vicky, we have to show them how to treat us. Right? We have to set the standard. We have to set the expectation because they're going to treat us based on what we allow, right? And here's the thing. You have to be prepared, ladies, that if he's not treating you the way that you need to be treated, you need to be prepared to give him the benediction and be okay with that, right? You need to be prepared. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how much money he has. I don't care how sexy you telling me he is. I don't care if you know him since way back when. If he is not meeting the expectation that you have, that's going to make you happy, then listen, you're going to need to learn how to say goodbye. The reality is this, just like God made him and sent him, I promise you God made another. Yes, Justin. We got to set a standard, right? Because sometimes that's what happens. We let people come into our lives. And I know, especially when you're dating and we're older, you know what I mean? We're in our 40s, our 50s, whatever that energy is, right? And you're working and you're independent. You're taking care of yourself. You've raised your children. You probably got a home. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have built businesses. Some of us have built whatever. That's it, Justin. May the Lord watch between, right? And then we let people come in and they know coming in the gate that they're not able to maintain the lifestyle that we have set for ourselves, right? And then what? So now I got to settle because what? And right. And then we shouldn't feel guilty about saying, no, that's not what I want for my life. I tell you what, I bet you he don't feel guilty when he want a big butt and a small waist and it ain't you. And he go off to the next chick. I bet you he don't feel guilty. I bet you he don't feel guilty when he trying to do this and he trying to do that and you say no. So he move on to somebody who will. I bet you he don't feel guilty. I bet you he don't lose no sleep when he turn around and walk away. Really? Karen, I'm promise. I didn't even see that. Listen, You know what I mean? We have to do better and we have to be honest. Right? And here's the other thing. Even now, I'm going to tell y'all this. See, a lot, and even as Christians, Christian women, it's almost like we forget that we have the right to still stand up for ourselves. Just because I tell you what I need, and just because I have an expectation, and just because I say it with conviction, doesn't mean that I'm not a Christian. Being a Christian don't mean I got to settle for whatever. Ain't nobody got time for that. Right? And don't feed me this whole line about, oh, you missing your blessing. No. Right? Because God knows exactly who I am. God knows exactly what I need. God knows exactly what's going to make me happy. And he's going to give me the desires of my heart. I don't have to settle. Oh, Karen, I'm watching you tomorrow, girl. I'm watching it tomorrow. You know what I mean? We don't have to settle. God has greatness for us in every area of our lives, right? I tell women this all the time. We can't expect things from people, from men that we're not willing to be. Hey, Heather, right? So if you want him to be a hard worker, are you a hard worker? You want him to save and manage his life? Do you save and manage your life? You know what I'm saying? You want him, you know what I'm saying? We have all these expectations. Are you doing that? And it's the same thing for men. You know what I mean? You want her to be all this and you want her to, be a size 2. You want her in the gym. You want her with this woo video vixen body, all this crazy delusional foolishness. But what you doing? When the last time you been to the gym? Can you hold down a job? Huh? Do you have a savings? Do you have a 401k? Do you got some investments? What do you own of your own that ain't in nobody else's name? What? Listen, you know what the most disappointing thing that I found at 40 something years old, seeing other people who are my age and older? I don't understand. I mean, I understand that life happens. Okay, let's be clear. Whatever I'm about to say, I'm not talking about people where something has happened, life has happened, and they're going through transition. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody who's on they bum dude. They not even trying. They happy living at their mama house, or they happy looking for a woman for the come up, right? And so what they do is they seek you know what I mean? They seek women who what? She got kids, so we know she gonna hold down a house. Because I'm never gonna make it where my kid don't have a place to live. So that's an automatic come up for him. Right? Or she got a car. He ain't got no car. You meet him walking, and now he taking your car and you can't go where you need to go. Right? You meet him walking or he riding the bus, right? You got your car, he won't even take it to go get no oil change. He won't even get it washed. Like, what is that? Right? We cannot be so desperate for a relationship or so desperate to be in love. And I'm talking to myself. Listen, we all talking. We talking, everybody, that we just let people do whatever they want to. Right? I've been there before. I have absolutely been there before where I have given people the benefit of the doubt at my expense, right? So that when my car broke down and I'm letting you drive my car every day to work, now you don't have no money to help me get my car fixed. Oh no, ain't nobody about to do that no more, right? If I meet you, I do not expect you to be trying to tell me that you all in love and we trying to move in. First of all, we not going to move in, but here's the thing. Where was you living before? Where was you living before you met me? What was you driving before you met me? What were you doing in your life before you met me? See, ladies, we got to do better. We got to see our worth and we got to see our value, right? You got to, listen, we have to set an expectation. Treat me where you meet me, right? If you meet me handling my business, then you need to come in my life with an expectation that I got to step my game up because she's handling her business, right? And if you can't be on my level, I'm going to expect you to be above my level. Now, this is just the truth. Everybody's not going to like it. I understand that, but it is time out for sugarcoating because that's why so many women getting hemmed up in these raggedy relationships with these raggedy predatory type dudes because nobody is saying to them, you deserve better. I don't care if you saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. That does not mean that you have to settle. That does not mean that I just got to take them just because. And him going to church is not enough. I done been there. So ouch, that one's for me. Just because he say, oh, I go to church and what do you do when you get there? Are you living what you're being taught or are you just going to church? You just occupy a pew? Right? But then you get home and you act like you don't know Jesus at all. You act like you ain't even never been in nobody's church. That's right, your word. Right? And then what do? He just, whatever. He just what? Time out for this foolishness. Time out for these games, right? Right? I don't care how long it takes. We need to come to a place where I am willing to hold out for the very best that God has for me. If I like him ocho cinco type and that's dark skin, bald head, that's what I want. If I like him to be a six figure with a little thug, if that's what I want and he loved Jesus, that's what I want. Right? I'm not going to settle because I'm afraid that I might be by myself. Don't nobody care about that. I'm doing good by myself. Right? That's the problem. Then we do good and then we let these people come into our lives and they take from us. They don't add to our lives, they take from us. Right? And you got to think about it like this. Would you marry that person that you're dating? Right? If you can't even see yourself married to him, y'all ain't got no business being together. Right? And if you do see yourself being married to him, does he have the ability to be the high priest of your home? Does he have the ability to be the provider? Does he have the ability to hold down your household? Does he have the ability to sufficiently cover you? Right? That's right, y'all. Does he have the ability? And when I say sufficiently, I'm talking about cover you mentally, cover you emotionally, cover you spiritually. Does he have the ability to do so? Can he catch you in prayer? Right? Or is he looking at you like that's foreign? Right? Come on, y'all. We got to do better. And I don't care nothing about what nobody's talking about. I love Jesus, saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. But I'm not settling. They supposed to add and multiply. That's exactly right. I'm not settling. We shouldn't settle, right? Don't nobody care that I don't have the same body shape or body size that I had when I was 21. Yes, I gained some weight. I got some fluff. I'm trying to work it out, whatever. But that don't mean I'm going to settle, right? And sometimes we let these past dudes, right, that don't mean us any good, we let them come into our lives and they tear down our self-esteem. Well, they try. They don't do it. They try. Right? When they with you, you the bomb.com. But the minute you don't do something they like, oh, now you ugly. Oh, now I'm fat. Was I fat and ugly when you was trying to stay with me? Was I fat and ugly when you was trying to drive my car? Was I fat and ugly when you trying to smash? Oh, okay. Right? So if I wasn't fat and ugly then, guess what? I'm not fat and ugly now. Right? We got to stop letting them play these games. Y'all don't think it's pimp dudes in church? Yes, and they wear cute suits and pretty shoes. Right? We gotta stop. It's nothing wrong with standing up for what you want. It's nothing wrong with having an expectation, setting that expectation and placing a demand on him. And when I say a demand, I'm not talking about yelling and screaming at him. That's not what I'm talking about. But that everything about you says, this is who I am. This is the woman that I am. I am a woman of worth. I am a woman of value. And I will not allow you to treat me beneath the value and the worth that I have. Listen, I'm a child of God. I'm a woman of God. I have greatness and I have purpose. I'm goal oriented. Come on here. Right? That's it, y'all. Y'all getting it today, right? Treat her how you meet her, right? And I'll tell y'all this. Sometimes for me, it can get a little discouraging, especially since I've moved to a place where I feel sometimes like I'm out of place, right? I feel like there's nobody here like me, or there's nobody here that really understands me, but I know that they are, right? But that's just a trick of the enemy trying to play with me to open the gate so that I'll allow anything to come in or anybody to come in. No, 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 no. I have an assignment that's too great. I don't have time to waste anymore. I don't have time to be at the house with no broken heart. I ain't got time to be trying to clean up my credit for something because I done put a car in some dude name and he done wrecked it. Or worse, he out here driving another chick around in it. Oh my God, we is not about to do that. And you don't think that 50, 60-year-old dudes do that? They do. They do. They'll be driving your car like it's their car and picking up the next chick, taking your little good hard-earned coin, buying her bags, buying her shoes, and you could barely get a burger from him. But do you know why that happens? Because that's what you allowed to happen. That's what you allowed to happen from day one. And because that's what we allowed to happen from day one, they just go ahead and that's the expectation that we set. But if you set a better standard for yourself, I promise you, he may give you some pushback, but if he really interested and if he a real man, he gonna hold it down, right? He gonna try you. If you let them, no matter the age, they're gonna try. That's exactly right. He gonna try you. I would expect him to try you. He gonna try to see what he can get away with. He gonna try and see what you about. He gonna try to see if you easy. He gonna try to see if you weak. He gonna try to see if you have your own mind, the ability to stand on your own. You don't have to confide in your girlfriends. You ain't got to confide in your sister, your niece, or your cousin. God has given you everything that you need right here to have the ability, to think this thing through. We got to stop playing these games. I get so heartbroken when I see women who deserve better living beneath, right? When I know, like, how she end up with that dude? What was going on in her life when she got that dude? That's what I be thinking. Right? But see, that's the other reason why I tell women, don't choose men or don't choose your relationships in your emotion, right? If you got any traumatic stuff going on or some stressful stuff going on, that's not a good time. Because, honey, at that point, everybody look like the savior, right? And listen, here's the other thing. Don't be talking me to death. Oh, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to pay this. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to take you there. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. Show me. Show me. I'm here for the show and tell. Don't talk me to death. Show me. If you cannot show me, then be quiet. Stop talking. I don't want to hear it. As a matter of fact, don't tell me what you're going to do. Just show me. Right? And then here's the other thing. We got to give it time. I told y'all that before. The wonderful thing about waiting, right? Why is it so important to wait? So that you get a real idea of who it is that you're dealing with. I want to see him when he's happy. I want to see you when you're mad. I want to see you when things are not going your way. I want to see you when you got money. I want to see you when you're struggling. I want to see how you handle all that. Because I need to know what I'm getting into. Because I hate to have to pop you in the mouth. I'm just joking, y'all. I hate to have to pop. Well, maybe I'm not. I hate to have to pop you because you tripping. Right? But who told us that we don't have the right to stand up for ourselves? Who told you that? Who told you that you got it? Who told you that you have to settle? Huh? Who told you that? Somebody told me once, and I said this before. Somebody told me that I wasn't going to be able to get a man because a man's going to think I don't need them. What? Wait a minute. What? Because I work hard? Because I have things that I've worked for? Now, I'm supposed to be without a dude because what? No, that clearly meant that you probably just weren't the right dude. Because there's somebody out here who understands my lifestyle and is fully capable of meeting my expectations. Just like there's somebody out there who understands your lifestyle and is fully capable of meeting your expectation. Now, I ain't gonna say no names, but I told somebody recently, you know, sometimes, well, I didn't say this to them, but this is how I'm gonna say it today. Sometimes we go through things that we meet people and they're counterfeits, right? They're the fake version of what God really has for us, right? But I said, if we fell for the fake version because he was the bomb.com in our eyes, then imagine what the real deal is. Imagine what that is, right? We got to learn how to wait. We got to learn how to set an expectation. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. People treat you based on, also sometimes you have to teach them how to treat you, right? Sometimes you can meet somebody and maybe, girl, I was told the same by my uncle. You, come on, girl. Sometimes you have to teach people how to treat you because they probably dated people who did allow them to do whatever it was that they wanted to do. They probably did date people that was just like, oh, whatever. I don't have no expectation. Oh, just run amok, whatever. They probably did. And so they think that every woman is going to allow them to be that way. Sorry, not happening. I have an amazing ability to say no. And I mean it. Like, I'm not like, oh, well, and when I say no, I'm not tripping about it. I'm not at home losing no sleep. No, I don't have time for that. See, I've been through enough and I've lost enough, right? Because I made the wrong decisions, or I lost enough because I gave people the benefit of the doubt. So whatever I'm saying to you, I'm not saying it because I'm judging you. I'm saying it because, listen, I done been there. And I say the same to a man. Listen, men, if you come into our lives, you know where you meet us. And you know when you get there, whether you're able to hang on that level or not. If you're not able to hang on that level, do me a favor. Turn around and walk away. Right? If you know. Now, if you think you might be able to get there on some day, come back when you get there. Now, I ain't saying, when I'm wait or whatever. Just come back and see what's going to happen. But it's time out. Right? I don't mind compromise, all that wonderful stuff, but that's not what we're talking about today. I'm talking about treat her where you meet her. You know out the gate. You can look at people. When I meet somebody, I'm looking at them from head to toe. Right? And I'm not going on the first day because, people might go to the mall, buy something new on the first day. They're going to put the good stuff on that day. I'm not paying attention to the first. I got to have some experiences with you because I need to know, are you driving your mama car or are you driving your car? I need to know. And if you're driving your mama car, maybe you're just driving your mama car today because you know what I mean? I need to know. I'm going to give you a little bit of chance to explain yourself. Right? But I need to know. So I'm not going to just jump on in all willy-nilly. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. I promised myself, right? When I got myself together, there would never be another day that I will allow anybody to come in my life and cause me to step back down from the place that I have worked and prayed and cried and fasted to get to. Oh no. And if you don't want to come up there, then again, let me say this. We don't need to be together, right? There's somebody else out there for you. It's just not me. And there's somebody else out there for me. It's just not you. And I'm going to be okay. I like sleeping by myself. I like coming home and not having no issues and no drama, right? Because I want peace. And if I settle and get the wrong person, then we don't have any peace because that's not the right person for us, right? So if we settle for what was not for us, it's just not going to work, right? We're not going to reap the maximum benefit. I say that all the time. We're just not. We're not going to reap the maximum benefit from the experience because that's not what God had for us. We settled for that. See, I tell people all the time, you got to understand the difference between God's perfect will and God's permissive will, right? God's perfect will means that is the thing that he had ordained for your life. God's permissive will is the thing that you want. And sometimes God will allow his permissive will. He'll go ahead and let you have what you want. But what? And then it'd be something you don't even got time for, right? And then it go haywire. Why? Because that's not what God had for you. And now you mad. Now your heart broke. Now you in debt. Because it seemed like it just go all the way left. Whenever we choose outside of the will of God, when it's over, it seems like it just, it just sweeps us. Right? But you know why that happens? Because we're choosing outside of the will. We're choosing beneath our promises. We're choosing things and people that were not assigned to our lives, that were not ordained for our lives. And then, of course, you got to know, why are people here? Y'all heard this. People are either here for a season or a reason. You got to decide, right? And what do they say? You be making them temporary people. You be trying to make them permanent. No. They just supposed to be here for a little bit. And you try to make them permanent, right? So you got to set an expectation, especially if you have daughters, nieces. I don't care. We have to teach that to our daughters, that you have to set an expectation. You got to teach people how to treat you, right? That people, I'm sorry, y'all. People have to treat you where they meet you. Now be warned, ladies. That means if you ain't doing nothing, he probably ain't going to do nothing either. So you got to be on your game. Right? You got to be living, right? I know you want to get married. I know you want to date. I know you want to have a boo. I know all of that. That's great. That's wonderful. That's life. I expect that. But until he arrives, you need to be handling your business. Because what are you offering him? What if the one comes along? What do you have? What do you have to offer? Right? Treat her where you meet her. That was good to me, y'all. I promise you, when I heard the lady say that, I was like, oh yeah, I got to talk about that. I had never even heard it put like that. Treat her where you meet her. Blessings or lessons. I like that, y'all. Treat her where you meet her. So that's what we got to tell people. Treat me where you meet me, baby. I don't want to go back down. And you don't have to like it. You can talk about me today. You can talk about me tomorrow. You probably won't be the first person. But you listen, treat me where you meet me. I've worked hard to get here. You've worked hard to get where you are. Treat me where you meet me. I don't want to suffer another loss. Treat me where you meet me. I don't want no projects. Treat me where you meet me. I don't want to put you together. Treat me where you meet me. I just don't. No, because you the man. You the provider. You the covering. right? I ain't got, no, I don't want to. I just don't. All right. It's been fun. We'll talk later.